Good morning, everyone. Something that's been on my mind a lot lately, it's always on my mind, but it's shifted in the way that my human is perceiving it, is nutrition and food and the longevity of the mind, the brain, and the body. Because I enjoy eating clean, I enjoy nutrition, I enjoy finding new ways to align my frequency to really help the production of cellular molecular regeneration within the body, because that's happening at at a high rate anyway. But when we eat food that is not whole, that is manufactured in a way that is where it becomes non-food. If you look at the back of the label on a box or a can of food, and you can't read the ingredients, you should not be eating that product. And I'm telling you at the same time I'm telling myself, I know this knowledge. I have that. But I struggle sometimes with the power of influence of what GMO foods do to the human vessel. It's almost like it seeps into your being, into your subconscious mind, into your blood, into your tissue, that you are that we can become so easily influenced by food. I mean, I am so disciplined with myself, but when it comes to food, the power of influence can be strong sometimes. And I'm in a spectrum where when I eat something I know isn't good for me, I feel really crappy about it afterwards. And I'm in the spectrum of not creating a vibration that causes me to feel poorly about the decisions I make. That's the power of awareness, of self mastery. And food is the biggest source of longevity to humans or early death. So, the question I asked today, because I asked myself this morning, is how can you continue to eat things that you know is killing the vessel, is creating havoc within the energetic flow of your body, of your brain? Food, the gut, the stomach, is the true brain of the body. It sends signals to the real brain that tells the human how to operate. And so if we are trashing our brain, the gut brain, with GMO foods, with processed foods, foods that aren't whole, then, it's really suicide, to be honest with you. I mean, that's an extreme term, but it is. Because, I know when I open a bag of Doritos and I buy a hamburger from down the street, which I don't do those things, but I know if I did, that those things will trash out my body. I'll feel sluggish afterwards. My energy isn't flowing. The stomach we're actually beings of bacteria, not human. We have more bacteria in our body than we do human tissue. And so if, we have bacteria in our body that digests the things that we eat, but our body absorbs what we consume, what we put in our mouths. And so if we're putting things in our body that is nutritionally sound, that the body can digest easily and it's nutritional, well, then we fuel the body. But if we're eating candy bars and drinking a Coke 5 times a day and eating French fries and eating out of the box items all the time, we're becoming those same chemicals that are on the labels that you can't read on the back of it. And so, I'm really in this new spectrum of consciousness that, if, 10 years from now, the way we treat ourselves can affect our lives. And so if we if we do good things now and take preventative measures now by just simply fueling the body with good nutrients, it becomes a whole new way of everything, of life, of thinking, of feeling, of processing. The brain processes information that helps us form ideas and thoughts and conclusions to the questions and the things that we have in our mind. And what we consume plays a role in the function of that reality, of how well we form ideas and tap into our creativity and passions. And And, I do little things by removing one thing that I don't like and replacing it with something that's healthy that I do like. Because, it's all about the subconscious programming. We don't realize that the subconscious mind is speaking all the time. And so if you're continuing to do these habits of things that you know that you don't like to do, that's coming from your subconscious mind. You don't even realize that you're thinking those things. It's like automatic programming. So having the awareness that we can go, okay, this thought, this behavior is coming from me. We can blame it on other people and things all day long, but it's really about self mastery. It's about the decision of thought before the action is displayed. That's, it's between the thought and reaction. And so, my whole thing is, people are going to do what they want to do. You do what you do. I do what I do. But if you're complaining about your life, if you're complaining about the way that you feel, about how your stomach hurts and you're, overweight, or you're not gaining enough weight, or whatever the situation may be, anything that the human wants to do with a vessel can totally be changed by two things: thought, which is the number one, and food. Because we sleep and eat more than we do anything else. It's part of our fueling process of the body and the mind. So if we tap into the higher spectrums of consciousness within our thoughts, that's going to flow out into every spectrum of our lives. And, humans, we are hard-headed and we don't like change sometimes, or we're just a creature of habit. But if that habit is causing you discomfort, that means it's not supposed to be there, because the humanistic experience is supposed to actually be a great one. And it takes some of us to go through many trials and tribulations and chaos in our lives to recognize that. And food is one of those things. Food is one of those things. So, I think that thinking about nutrition, talking about nutrition is a great way to evolve within the psyche to become happier, because the brain that's not functioning well isn't thinking well either. I love you to the moon, family. Have a great day.